Hi friends, with great honor I want to introduce to you Dr.Niveditha K.H.
Thank you.
She is Rank-2 JIPMER November 2018, and I'm so proud to say that she is an exclusive DAM student. She has been a regular course student at DAM's Mysore Center, and I'm so proud to say that she was DNB mid-year rank 1 as well.
Thank you, sir.
Heartiest congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir.
So Niveditha, how are you feeling today?
Sir, I'm feeling very blessed and I'm feeling very honored to be here once again. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the RAMS faculties and thanks my parents for being with me and for supporting me for all the decisions that I have taken. And I want to thank my family for supporting me and my friends Prithvi, Pratiksha, Sandhya for being with me every time in all the tough times. Like I want to thank all the professors of Mysore Medical College and my PGs and my seniors for helping me for achieving this. Like I'm very proud of myself now.
Yes, I'm sure you should be. You've done so well.
Thank you.
We are really proud of your achievement.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy to see that you when we took your interview last time when you had a rank 1 in the mid-year DNB exam, and you were a little confused about like what should I do now.
Yes.
And I think that persistent that you had that I'll continue till the central exams had paid back.
Yes, sir.
Were you happy with your decision that now looking back, I think?
Yes, sir, I'm very happy. Like that time I felt like life throws us many options on us. Like we should be wise enough to pick what actually suits us. Like I took almost 1 week to decide what to do. Then I, like with the support of my family and my friends, I decided, okay, I can do like whatever best I can do, I'll do in the Central Institute exams. If I can't do, then definitely I'll get in it. If I can't get in it, then definitely again DNB seats I can take up. So that was my thoughts that time. So I continued to study for Central Institute exams.
And how was your experience with the DAM's regular course?
Sir, it was great. Like as I have told, like all professors are extremely great here, and I enjoy more than teaching for getting coaching for 6 to 7 months. I feel it's the like lifetime experience of DAMS family. Like more than learning about how to crack the exams, you people have taught us about the life, like how the doctor should be in the future and the patience that the doctor must have. Like seeing those Facebook groups and all, like all professors will reply for every messages, though it is like repeatedly asked with so much patience, and in spite of your busy schedule, you give your great time to answer each and every doubt. So that inspires us to do more work and feel like we should be like DAMS faculties one day.
Definitely, I'm sure you would be one day teaching on the same platform, and every one of the teacher has this hidden dream inside of every teacher has that one day one of his own students should replace him, one day. So that is what teachers always believe.
Yes.
I want to know about what was your strategy during your classroom. You were in the Mysore satellite batch.
Yes.
So what was your strategy during the classroom? How were you making notes in the class, and how did you utilize them later on? What was your strategy all about?
Sir, I started during my internship, and like whenever I could get time, I was attending the classes, and I was very regular with the notes. Even if I couldn't attend the classes, I was collecting the notes and making the notes of it. And whenever I get free time, I used to study for it, and it helped me a lot for getting good rank in first attempt of NEET. And then it gave me full of confidence to do mid-year Central Institute exams. Though my rank was not enough to get a seat, but I was happy with what I got. Then DNB I got a very good rank. Then even after that I had not finished all the classes. Then I continued. Like every classes I used to enjoy. I used to make notes. Then I used to revise repeatedly, and make special points of it and revise those points, those topics repeatedly, and solve the previous year's questions along with the DAMS notes and CRS books for MCQs, and all the subject-wise tests, class tests I used to give, and all the subject-wise videos I used to watch, and everything helped me for getting this good rank, sir.
So if I put it in a nutshell, your idea was to attend the classes. if you missed the class, you took notes of your friend, but then you made it a point to write it in your own notebook with your own hand,
Yes, sir.
rather than kind of looking at
Photocopies.
that really kind of does not work. I always feel that you have to listen to the teacher to make notes,
Yes.
and you should be trying your best not to miss out on any classroom experience.
Yes, sir.
But if you do, then this is the best plug-in for those topics, I
Yes,
think.
sir.
And then she used the CRS for the question bank.
Yes.
And then she followed up by giving the 2-tier testing system that we have of class test, subject-wise test, and anything that she was doing wrong, she used to go back to the video to listen to
Yes,
and
sir.
understand. Beautifully put. And I also want to know about your CBT performance. You gave the damn CBT, and
Yes.
I remember your rank, but I want to know from you still.
Sir, I got rank 4 in CBTs.
Did that give you confidence that okay, I'm on the right track?
Yes, sir. Like I got very much confidence, but yeah, like rank 1 was more than 100 marks above all of us. But it's okay. Like rank 4 is not that bad, I felt. Then I continued more and I worked hard more for Central Institute exams.
Yeah, what I feel is rank 1 in that damn CBT was the AIMS rank 1.
Yes.
Rank 4 is now sitting with us. She is rank 2 in JIPMER. So that at the top ranks, the damn CBT has a very good correlation with the real exam. But the idea I want everybody to know is if you are at a not doing so well in the CBT, then there is a huge potential to improve after that.
Yes.
But at the top ranks, I think they match pretty much because they are doing so well already, and they match pretty much. In top 10 has a very good correlation in the final exam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I also want to know from you that you are now at the rank 2 in a central exam like JIPMER, and that exam is particularly tough. Now, what was your strategy during the exam? How many questions did you attempt in this exam? What was the exam feel like? Can you tell us something about that?
Sir, yeah, first of all, I want to thank Ranjit sir. Like I saw his post the day before JIPMER. Like he has told like what usually what toppers how many questions they attend, and if you are sure of the questions, then you must attend 10 questions. If you are doubtful, then that kind of person, then you should attend 220 to 225 questions. I had that mindset that okay, I should attend somewhere near 220 to 230. But this time JIPMER we had more repeats. I think some 30 questions of JIPMER was directly repeated with the same options. So I felt this JIPMER is doable. So I thought of attending almost more than 240 questions. Like I attended 240 questions and I left 10 questions. Then I think that strategy helped me.
And I think that's a very important thing for everybody to know, that when you are giving a central exam and you see an exam which is doable, where there are questions that you have seen before, you have to tell yourself these are questions which others would also have seen, and you have to go aggressive on that paper. And if you see a paper which is like totally non-doable, you see questions which are very, very tough, very factual, then you hold back and go to the 220 bracket. But I think you did the smart thing there by going to 240, I
Yes,
think.
sir.
And my feeling is that is what has gotten your rank, that you kept the strategy correct in the exam. And I want everybody listening to us should learn this. I have seen this with the rank 1 in AIMS also. I've seen this for so many years, that if you see a paper which is doable, you have to go aggressive on it. Okay. And this is what she did it smartly enough, and she, despite the prejudiced notion that everybody would have that JIPMER is a tough exam, she saw the paper and she made that call on the day of the exam. That is what the exam skill is all about. And because everybody would talk about exam skill, I think that is one of the key thing, that how to think about playing more aggressive.
Yes, sir.
Especially when you are so good a student, you have to go aggressive in an exam like
Yes,
this, I think.
When you're prepared, like we must give our 100% on the day of the exams, and we should be calm enough to recall whatever we have read and do well in that exam.
Any particular topics that you recall, or you feel that future JIPMER aspirant, like you have a great rank this time, and there would be people who would wanting to do well in the May JIPMER exam, any or the June JIPMER, May June mid-year JIPMER exam. Do you want to give them some tips?
Sir, like I never followed a particular subject or particular topics for particular Like when I started my revisions, my idea was to complete all the notes and revise all the subject-wise tests and revise notes as much as possible. So for AIMS, I had finished almost some 5 revisions of my notes, and I was happy with it. But I couldn't do that well in AIMS exam. But like after that, I again started my revisions, and I knew what all topics I have forgotten, what all mistakes I had done in AIMS. Then I revised the same topics again. Then I could do well in PGI also. Like and I also revised the previous questions, previous 2-3 years question papers of PGI. Then after that, almost I had finished around 6 revisions by PGI. Then after that, when I got PGI rank, like I was very confused what to do with that rank 13. Like whether should I choose any other branches which was not of my choice. Will I be happy with that branch? Like though that 1 week went off in confusion. Then I had that second thought, should I give this JIPMER or not, because it's far from my home. Even my mother told, like, don't give when you have decided to go to PGI, there's no point of giving JIPMER exam again. But I felt like when I have tried so much till now, like some kind of positive thought came to my mind, like I should give this JIPMER exam as well. Like I don't mind whether I get a good rank or bad rank. Let's give a try. Like I didn't plan any strategies for any subject strategies for JIPMER, but I had solved 2-3 papers, like to the May 2018 and 2017 November and May questions. Like most of the 20-30 questions came from the same year papers. Like I feel pathology and microbiology are more important in JIPMER exams. When I solved the paper, I got to know.
And there are 2-3 things that we should definitely learn from her. Like she managed revisions beautifully. I think you did multiple revisions of your notes and your test papers. I think you worked very hard to do them. And then another thing that I feel that is very positive about her was that everybody has to know that today we have 3 central institutes conducting exams back to back. And it is possible that you may not do well in one of them. It is possible, but if you get depressed immediately after that, you will lose out on a chance. Like she consistently went on week after week with a positive attitude, and that is very important. And this time we have seen in all 3 central exams there are different people who are topping the exams. So it is important to keep in mind that I have to stay focused. My exam will come, it may not be the first one, but the second one might be, third one might be. You have to stay focused. Sometimes what happens is people give one exam, they lose their heart and they lose their grip. But she managed one more revision between AIMS and PGI. And then if you notice, she very swiftly has that a beautiful strategy that before PGI she was looking at the previous papers of PGI. Before JIPMER she was looking at previous papers of JIPMER. And I feel that is the very, very critical thing that everybody should know now, that any exam that you are preparing today, it is a good idea to look at the previous paper of that exam. And unfortunately what has happened is I see many people, they do so many guides, but they don't look at the previous paper that you are giving. And then what happens is that central institutes, they tend to repeat in themselves. Like in AIMS they will tend to repeat from AIMS, in JIPMER they will tend to repeat from JIPMER, PGI they will tend to repeat from PGI. So it's always a good idea to do this. Whatever she has done is like the doctor's advice, I think, fully perfect.
Yes, sir.
Beautifully done. And did you utilize that eMedico's app that we have launched this year?
Yes,
with
sir.
the video
that
lectures?
was the source of updates of all the new topics of JIPMER, new topics of AIMS, new topics of PGI. Like I used to enjoy eMedico's app and Facebook Club, and even the test video discussions. Like everything was very helpful to achieve this rank.
Do you enjoy the blended learning that we create in DAMS, where we have some teaching in the classroom, some in the Facebook group, then some on through the apps? We try to surround you with
learning.
everything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Learning is made very easy for us. Like we can't study for all 12 hours or 14 hours with the notes. Like when we have so different source of entertainment, like videos, like the Facebook clubs, and that will help us to stay focused more on the subjects, I feel.
And plus the updates also you were able to get. Yes. And I also want to know from you, like any particular teachers that you remember today and you want to mention today, like anybody comes to your mind at this date today?
Sir, all are like equally best according to me. Like all are the perfect teachers of DAMS. Like I like Mamta ma'am, microbiology. Her way of making mnemonics and teaching the students and helping us to remember the difficult microbiology topics. Like I got influenced by her way of teaching, and I used to make mnemonics like the same way she do. And I was inspired by radiology class. Like whenever you give the notes, you tell this is the confuser point in this. Like what's the confuser? What is the same sign we get in the different situations? Like whenever I read the other subjects, I used to make the same type of notes. Like this is the confuser, which I usually get confused with this topic. So I used to make the notes and stick it to it along with the same topics. Like and even Ranjit sir, his way of like interacting with all the students, and he makes us feel like he is also giving exams with us. So that's a great part of him. And he always tells when like we usually do the things for ourselves, but when we try to do things for others, it gives more happiness. That sentence was making me like very inspired to study and all. So like all professors, and Rajiv Shetty sir PSM class I used to enjoy, and JP sir forensic class I was very enjoyed. And even Thiru sir pharmacology was made very easy and more memorable. Even till now, like the way he has taught, like it still goes on in our mind. So all teachers are like the best.
And may I, also ask you here, like you were a part of, like you have utilized different methods of teaching the DAMS as. Now, I want you to tell us, like, what was your experience in a satellite classroom, the DAMS satellite classroom that, like, you were a regular student in Mysore. So, what was your experience with the satellite technology and the way the classes are conducted?
Yes, sir. Like initially, like as everyone, even I was confused whether it will be lively or not. Like there will be no interaction much between the students and teachers. But after attending the classes, I felt like it's more enjoyable. We'll be like more than 300 center students interacting with each other. They ask the doubts which we wouldn't have thought about it, and their doubts are really very good, and teachers answers them in a very better manner. So we used to learn more than live classes. I feel in live classes maybe people may hesitate to ask direct questions, but in satellite questions some questions are very not that useful, but many questions are very useful to learn. And we will also have the same doubts, so that will get cleared.
And I also want to know from you today, like, we are sitting together and like, somebody is aspiring to, do well in the May exam and somebody is not done well this time. What would be your motivational message to them?
Sir, I feel like there is no end for the learning process when you have taken MBBS. So it's not the end. This NEET is also not the end. Like we just keep on studying. Like after NEET, NEET will definitely give everyone the good ranks. But if we are not satisfied, then there is no point of getting disheartened. Like we have Niman's exam after 2-3 months. Then after the 2-3 months, we get Central Institute exams. So in spite of getting disheartened and disappointed with the ranks and low scores, and not being compromised with the subjects which we don't like it's better to move on and continue studying, and definitely will get a good ranks.
And what she's told us is a very important thing, that today you are having exams almost like, you have a January NEET, you have a March NIMHANS, you have a mid-year exams, then you again have November exams. Then so it's almost happening in a cycle. So you mean if you don't do well in one part of the cycle, instead of wasting too much time in creating regrets, it is better to target the next target that you have and go all out.
Yes.
Like she's done a similar thing. Like she was like, she started with the NDR exams. May aims was not to your expectation, yes, but then she came back with a bang with a rank 2, which is a great achievement. JIPMER is one of the most important central institutes that we have in the country. Rank 2 in such a central institute is a great achievement. And finally, may I ask you, which branch are you thinking of taking?
Sir, I'm thinking of taking medicine or radiology.
She is still thinking. I'm sure she will make a great choice, and country will have a great doctor in you in future.
Thank you.
On behalf of the entire DAMS family, I wish you all the best. I congratulate you again, and I want you to convey my regards to your family. I'm sure they must be proud parents today.
Thank you,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.